everybody. It's your girl, PJamma, with PJammalyfe. And today we have a special viewing of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. We just saw it and we're coming at you with it. So let's take a peek, but I couldn't do it without my guys right here. Patrick, say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Can't wait to talk about this.
Hey, and my other good buddy right here, David, say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Second course for adventure. We're on the road to fortune and glory.
Dun, 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 dun,
Glory,
dun.
Dr. Jones.
Let's take a peek at Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps not.
I've seen things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
Related.
Get back!
And it's Indiana Jones' last ride into destiny. And so, what did you think, since you have the collectible, David? What did you think of Indiana Jones? Spit it out!
I know it. We have a time show here. I wouldn't miss it for the world, but it is time to close the chapter at this juncture.
Yeah.
I thought the story was somewhat better than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and a little bit, but I also thought it was kind of missing some of the humor in it. And a similarity that I had when Disney redid the Star Wars movies, and we see a broken down Han Solo that had not changed at all. In fact, it kind of regressed from Return of the Jedi. You know, we're introduced to a sad, solemn, alone, boxer wearing Professor Indiana Jones. I can't think of a more miserable thing than to live in that part of New York in the late 1960s and to teach those unmotivated, apathetic kids. What a they just that just was awful in that regard. That was very disappointing to me. It picked up. We can't thank Harrison Ford enough for really continuing Spielberg and Lucas's legacy, because everything George Lucas did good had Harrison Ford in it. That goes back to American Graffiti.
Yeah.
In a role, I mean, that's not a coincidence. You know, it was fair, but it didn't have a way to grab a new audience. The audience was my age or older. And just like when I went to see The Lone Ranger, and there was me and this old guy who was young for the Korean War, I knew that was a hero that it was was kind of past its prime. I hate to say that. It's kind of how I felt when I left Indiana Jones.
Okay, Pep, what did you think?
I agree with several things David said.
No,
I agree it was not as bad as Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which we shall never mention again. It felt forced, I guess, is the way I would put it. And there was, and I know it had your favorite time travel in it, which. And okay, why didn't they just do it in the Bermuda Triangle? Why are we doing it off the coast of Spain? That was ridiculous. You had a perfect setup there where there's a historical, things that would lead you right into this, and it would make sense, for this weird clock that has been somehow figured out how to predict time rifts, which, speaking of the time rifts, okay,
Oh God.
the his goddaughter, I can't remember what her
Yeah,
Waller,
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
yeah, Phoebe
Yeah.
Waller Bridge. She was definitely River Song from the Doctor Who series. She had all the stuff that felt very
Mm.
borrowed, but it's a great thing to borrow from. I would say, if you're gonna steal from the best. So it was. I enjoyed it. I love Indiana Jones. The nostalgia factor got me in there and
Yeah.
made me walk out feeling satisfied. I didn't feel like I got ripped off. Was it as good as when I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark? No. Was it as good as King, Temple of Doom? Nope. It was overall it was good, but it wasn't great. And they did a really good job with the age regression and the little open
Yes.
scene.
Yeah. They did.
Yes.
That was really solid, and that's scary how good that was. It's a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Except with the voice.
It was still his
they
voice,
couldn't
yeah.
do.
Yeah,
But I
it'd be
mean, it was
hard
his voice
to
old
recreate the
versus
voice.
always his voice young. That was the weakness there. But I agree, the CGI was really impressive
Super
at the
solid,
beginning.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I I did enjoy this. I really did. I thought it was fun. I thought Phoebe Waller-Bridge brought in a youthfulness to it. And surprise at the end, I wholeheartedly enjoyed. It was time travel, so but I kinda let it go since it was the last one. I kind of was like, okay. But then he does something that I was kind of like, this is so against Indiana Jones's knowledge of what can happen. And I was like, he can't do that.
Yeah,
So,
I
but
agree.
right. So, that kind of was like, that's not his character. But the rest of it was full of action. It was full of adventure. I thought the way they did the stunts for him, and let me say, Harrison Ford still got that body. So I was like, okay, Callista Flockhart, I see why you stuck around. But the stunts, the way they did the stunts, I thought that was super smart. An 80-year-old guy still out there, how they did it so that it was realistic. For someone of his maturity. I thought that was really well done. And I thought they handled the story and the storyline. And I mean, we've all been to college. We've all seen that professor who teaches the 4:30 class and the students are half asleep or not paying attention. That's just realistic. You've got tenure, you're going to come towards the end of your career. You may not have the best classes in the world, and he was retiring. So that seemed really real to me. And the seeing the other characters, but I think the stars of the show were Mads Mikkelsen. Oh, everything he's in is so great. And that other character, he played such a great villain, and he's always so on point. And I mean, he's just incredible. And I didn't realize it was him, but Thomas Kretschmann, that's his
Yeah.
name, Thomas Kretschmann. And he was in he's been in a lot of stuff, but
Valkyrie.
he's just great. And Antonio Banderas, he's
Oh yeah.
looking rough. I didn't
He's
even
old, man.
recognize.
Helen Griffith did it to him, I want to guess, but
Yeah, I mean, when he only until he spoke, and I was like, wait a minute, is that Antonio Banderas? Oh my god. But it shows, and Jonathan Rhys Davies, it's just showing the passage of time for all of them. And I'm glad. I really respect Harrison Ford being the type of man he is to say, okay, I'm retiring these characters. It's time for, these stories to move on without me. And that's great. I think this is a great send off to a great character that we've all known and loved for what, 30 years, or has it been 40
30
years?
plus.
Like
Yeah.
35 years, I think it's probably the anniversary
Yeah,
of. So,
1981.
yeah. Yeah. So,
40.
yeah. So we all have enjoyed the character. I'm glad to see that he's still
Yeah.
acting, still doing great work on Apple TV Plus, Shrinking, and other kind of roles that he's done. So definitely he deserves his flowers, and this movie is a great send off to him. So definitely, I think get your butt up into the theater, show your respect for Harrison Ford in the last Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny. So we hope you go and see it. And while you're at it, watch the showing the marathon of Indiana Jones movie. Watch the whole series, and then you can decide for yourself what you like. All right, I think that'll do it for us. And thanks for coming to our special edition of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Get out in your theater. You know, if I can go in the theater at the off times when nobody's there, see a movie, go back to your theaters and see it. And we will see you next time on PJammalyfe. Take care. Bye.